So I finished the season finale of a show called White Lotus. It's a show about rich people on vacation, running amok, leaving chaos in their wake, and going back to their privileged lives like everything is fine. And some of these characters are massively successful, multimillionaires with successful businesses, yet they still seem either absolutely miserable or borderline barbaric and animalistic. And it made me ask the question, how much money is enough? In this jungle we call the music industry, where we are literally scraping together fractions of a penny for our art, I couldn't help but wonder how much is enough realistically, and would you ever even know once you were there? One of my biggest fears is reaching the pinnacle of success and feeling the same way, if not worse than I did before reaching the mountaintop. I mean, what's the point of making it, surviving all the obstacles this crazy industry throws your way, just to feel unfulfilled in the end? I detest people who don't create music stating that music should be free or that we should just appreciate the privilege of being able to create music when they know dang well they wouldn't go to work for free. I detest the fact that you can consume every album ever made ever for $10 a month, unlimited times, but that's a different issue for a different video. I just can't help but wonder what the opposite side of that looks like. What is the tangible number? Does someone with diamond records who made $100 million feel the same as the person who made 10 million? Does the person who made $1 million feel truly any different from the person who's making 120,000 a year? 120 a year may not seem like a whole lot depending on where you live, but that's still $10,000 a month. Could you imagine making $10,000 a month just from music? What White Lotus did make me realize is no matter the wealth you've accumulated in your life, you are still going to have problems, you are still going to have emotions and highs and lows. Maybe emotions are the equalizer for human beings to make life feel fair. One thing I do know with absolute certainty is you could not pay me to not make music. If you gave me a check for $100 million and said I could never write a song or make a beat or play an instrument or record, I would immediately tear up that check. There are certain things in life that just simply can't be bought. But where's that line that you draw between millions of dollars and fractions of pennies? A study back in 2010 showed that statistically, happiness plateaus at about $75,000 a year. Today, with inflation, that number would probably look closer to $100,000 a year. Now, don't get me wrong, $100K in Cali doesn't stretch nearly as much as it does in Oklahoma. But there wasn't any significant increase in happiness for someone making $100,000 versus $250,000. Think about it. If you released a song and it blew up on TikTok or YouTube like a massive viral hit, would that be enough, or would you just be swapping out one rat race for another? I've heard artists say they don't care about the money, and for many that's great and amazing. But if we're being transparent, some are saying that simply because they just don't want to understand or deal with the business side of music. They don't want to make the content or set up the email listing or create the website or sell the merch. They don't want to buy the ads or pay for the flyers and the artwork. It's a lot. They don't want to study the analytics and find mentors and continue banging their head on the wall until something sticks. It can be a lot. They just want to be locked in a room, jamming out, and that's fine. I get that. And I appreciate those who know themselves well enough to realize that. But for the ones who want more, don't let your lack of professionalism hinder your growth. I will say this is one of the few industries I've ever witnessed where people portray an image of success and wealth but don't stand on business behind the scenes. This is one of the only industries where artists will try to collab with you to avoid paying you for your services. Do you know how many artists told me with a straight face to give them a beat for free, and once the song blows up, I'll get paid thousands of dollars? These are the same people who will have 4 YouTube subscribers and 12 Spotify monthly listeners. Not that those metrics matter, but you know, come on now. Could you imagine going to a dentist and saying, I'm an aspiring model, fix my teeth for free, and once I make it big, I'll pay you. We're gonna collab on these root canals. Pure insanity. Some people want to portray that they are making money on social media, but won't even buy a $200 exclusive beat. They just see other successful people or people who portray themselves as successful too, and everyone's just following this. That's why comparison is truly the thief of joy. We've all seen the celebrity who smiles in public on the red carpet, and we imagine ourselves in their shoes and what that would feel like. But keep walking that path of curiosity and see where it takes you. Imagine not being able to go to your local Walmart with your family without being bombarded by fans or paparazzi. Trying to go to your car and being surrounded by strangers either worshiping the ground you walk on or judging your every move. I'm good on that. I'd rather be no ID than Dr. Dre. And that's not any shot at no ID. He's super talented. He's a legend. He still probably just experiences more human normalcy than someone like Dr. Dre would. Also, you have to take into account what the market is willing to pay for your skills. If there's a surplus of artists and producers and a market that's oversaturated, then the value of that skill is naturally going to decrease because there's an abundance. Just like any other business. We can debate the semantics of quality versus quantity all day, but at the end of the day, money is exchanged, not created. Well, I mean, technically the Federal Reserve can print, but I digress. How much money have you made from your music so far? I'm genuinely interested in y'all's responses, so just leave a comment, whether it's a few thousand, zero, or if you're in the red. I've been all three at some point in life, so I promise no judgment here. At the end of the day, all of this leads to the question, why do you do what you do? Whether you're a singer, songwriter, musician, artist, engineer, is this a hobby to help you retrieve some sanity from a crazy job? Or is this something you're pursuing with the intent of doing it full time? There is no wrong answer, but just be honest with yourself and know that sometimes our why may evolve over time, and that's okay. But if you've seen the White Lotus, then you'll realize
it's all about money. It's all about the money.
Money, money, money.
Money, 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 money.
thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.